and welcome to ISTV English News. First, the top stories. International Mother Language Day observed widely in different parts of Manipur. Now the news in detail. International Mother Language Day was observed widely in different parts of Manipur. Sahitya, Thaupanglup, Imphal and Mother Language Lovers of the World Manipur chapter jointly observed today at MDU Hall, Yai School today. Speaker of Manipur Legislative Assembly K.H. Lokeshwar, language activist Lehautabam Sarachandra, President of Manipur Language Lovers of the World Manipur chapter Professor Chungkham Jasubanta were the main guests at the observance.
Shagi culture, Shagi land. Kunamutse, ay nang ilondo. Adun demak identified tawi haidul alam sing ozar lain sing haidul sedu sumangwele nakari.
Research Forum Manipur observed the 6th International Mother Language Day at Kuki Inn today. MLA of Langthabal Assembly Constituency Karam Shyam, Joint Director of Language Planning and Implementation Laishram Mahavir, and President of Research Forum Manipur Naroibam Indramani took part in the observance. Professor L.M. Ningomba was felicitated as part of the observance. Professor of Department of Linguistics Manipur University, Professor Soibam Imoba and President of Editors Guild Manipur, AMOB were the resource persons at the observance. Speaking on the occasion, Joint Director of Language Planning and Implementation Laishram Mahavir said the department has started work to print reference books in Manipuri language. Reference books for different subjects till 12 standards will be available in the market before the starting of 2016-17 academic session. The department is putting its best effort to implement all the provisions proposed earlier. MLA Karam Shyam said there are more than 6,000 languages in the world. There is fear that Manipuri language may get extinct. He appealed to the people to be a pressure group in protecting the language from getting extinct.
Wakalon, adi masagi morals ki oire, natragana lamzat sazat oire, taksi kasi oire, mioi bagi sanabi, like the patana mamutan, kangan gada berasi pa pura sakravina, ayeng jawraga nadi English nang bahayre, haywani, English paza nang mayang crime yore. The same report to understand of the banana when the lower time, young same on this. Tuna, education system, I go in policy command on Hagadagi having Mochima, and the young Kupna, Sarkar, the Kandi pressure of the even the member Masigi, policy, reformist, Darkale.
Chief Minister Okram Ibobi today inspected the ongoing construction work at Khongzom Khebe Hill in Thawal district, which is a part of the mega tourist project. MLA of Wangjing Assembly Constituency Poonam Brozen, eminent filmmaker Aribam Shyam, theatre director Ratan Thiam, Professor Thoidingzam Tombi and officials of PWD took part in the inspection visit. According to a report received by the ISTV News, Khongzom Kheba Hill will be established marvelously well-developed adjoining roads. The auditorium will be dismantled and reconstructed at a different place. The condition of water bodies will also be improved, the report added. A team led by Additional Principal Chief Conservator of Forest and Chief Wildlife Conservator of Forest N.N. Prasad inspected Hautak and its surrounding. The inspection was done to check another suitable place for the survival of Sangai, as Kaibulam Jau is becoming incompatible for their survival. SDO Moirang Banti Konthauzam, Principal of Society for New Kumbi, Bobizam Wahengbam, and President of All Manipur Bodybuilders Association, Professor N.S. Ningomba were part of the team. The team inspected Kumbi Hautak and its surrounding places like Hautak, Hamuching and Salankonjing, and hillocks of Setapur. A meeting was also held at Kumbi Market. Addressing the gathering, MLA of Kumbi Assembly Constituency S. Biren said in 1995 he proposed a bill for protection of Sangai. He will raise the same bill in the upcoming assembly session. He appealed to the people to join together to save the endangered Sangai. Additional Principal Chief Conservator Forest said the locals of Setapur should lend a helping hand in setting up a habitat for Sangai in the area. The area seems to be suitable for survival of Sangai, he further said. The 5-day economic blockade imposed on the national highways by JSC formed in connection with Kadangban encounter will end on the midnight of February 22nd. Convener of the JSC, Thangmilen Haukip, said if the state government fails to conduct an inquiry, then the old Kuki civil organizations will hold a joint meeting tomorrow and may take decision to call a general strike in Manipur. The indefinite ban called by Old Tribal Blind Association on the Imphal-More Road has been suspended after a talk with MLA of Chandel Assembly constituency, Nunglung Victor. The ban was called as a protest against the government failing to look after the shortages of Ideal Blind School, Chandel district. MLA Nunglung Victor also looked after the needs of the school. Speaking to the ISTV News, principal of the school K. Pareng Kom said the school is the only school for differently abled persons in the district. It is run with funds from different people. There are various shortages in the school. Even there is no enough food for the students. The teachers have not received pay for a long time. The school has repeatedly asked the state government to look after the needs of the school. The ban was finally called as the government has not paid any heed to their requests. He further said, MLA Nunglung Victor has given assurance that he will meet the Chief Minister and will fulfill the needs of the school soon. A free health camp was organized at Kongba, Nandai Bamlekai today. The health camp was jointly organized by Manipur Agro and Allied Development Organization, Kongba Bazar, MLA of Tongzu Assembly Constituency, Biswazit and Caesar Hospitals. In the camp, many people were treated and medicines were also distributed freely. Speaking to the ISTV News, General Secretary of the organization R.K. Sandrajit said the health camp was organized for the locals who find it difficult to travel for treatment. PHE Minister I. Hemochandra today inaugurated the newly constructed Chinga Lairimbi Community Hall at Chingamathak, Manipur College Road. President of Chingamathak Road Youth Development Association A. Ranjit, K.H. Dilip, Councillor Subhas, Major of 40 AR Chinga Post and Prashana were the presidium members at the inaugural function. Addressing the gathering, Minister I. Hemochandra said he cannot do anything without the support of the people. He will do all possible work for the betterment of the people in the remaining 2 years of his term. He will not do anything to lose the trust of the people on him, he said. In a rare incident, a chili plant bearing black chili, Morok Amubi, was found growing at the kitchen garden of Thaunawsam Mineshore at Kangla, Sangomsang, Litan Makong, Imphal East. The height of the chili plant is 15 feet. Height of other chili plants growing in the same garden was found to be only 5 feet. It's been 10 years that the plant is growing in the garden and bears black chili regularly. Many people came to ask for saplings of the plant. He hasn't plucked any of the chili till now. Speaking to the ISTV News, Mineshore said due to winter season, the leaves of the plant is getting dried up and he is afraid that the plant might die. Now the national and international news. The Bharatiya Janata Party and People's Democratic Party are inching towards forming a government in Jammu and Kashmir months after assembly elections. Sources said today that the deal is almost done between the two parties and PDP patron Mufti Muhammad Saeed is likely to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday to seal the deal. A common minimum program is also ready and is being shown to leaders of both parties, sources said, adding that the PDP will have Chief Minister's post for full term and BJP Deputy Chief Minister's post, which is expected to be given to state BJP leader Nirmal Singh. Sources said the status quo is likely to continue on Article 370 and there will be no re-looking on the controversial Armed Forces Special Powers Act as of now. Efforts from both sides are afoot to have a government in place in the state before Parliament session begins on February 23rd. BJP has 25 MLAs after results for the State Assembly were declared on December 23rd. India's high air pollution, ranked by the World Health Organization among the worst in the world, is adversely impacting the lifespans of its citizens, reducing most Indians' life for over 3 years, a new study has said. over half of India's population, 660 million people, lives in areas where fine particulate matter pollution is above India's standards for what is considered safe, said a study by economists from the University of Chicago, Harvard and Yale, published in this week's Economic and Political Weekly. If India reverses this trend to meet its air standards, those 660 million people would gain about 3.2 years onto their lives, the study said. Australia was today assessing the damage from two severe cyclones that left a trail of destruction, wrecking hundreds of homes and cutting electricity to thousands as authorities warned of more flooding and gusty winds. Tropical cyclone Marcia barreled through the northeastern states of Queensland on Friday at the highest rated Category 5, ripping apart houses, uprooting trees and bringing down power lines. The severe system hit hours after Category 4 tropical cyclone slammed into the Northern Territory, causing extensive damage to remote Aboriginal communities near Elcho Island, some 500 kilometers around 300 miles east of the capital Darwin. Myanmar has asked Beijing for cooperation to help prevent terrorists from using Chinese territory to launch cross-border attacks. Martial law has been declared in northeast Myanmar after having fighting between the military and ethnic minority rebels. Army chiefs have accused foreign powers of supporting the insurgents. The Chinese government denies backing the rebels and has called for a peaceful resolution to the fighting. Russian government supporters are to rally in the capital Moscow to mark the first anniversary of what they view as a coup in neighboring Ukraine. Thousands of people are expected for a march actively promoted in Russia's state media under the slogan, "We won't forget, we won't forgive." Ukraine's protests ousted pro-Russian President Viktor Yanukovych in 2014. Russia has since annexed Ukraine's Crimea Peninsula and is accused of backing rebels in eastern Ukraine. The Ukrainian government, Western leaders and NATO say there is clear evidence that Russia is helping the rebels with heavy weapons and soldiers. Independent experts echo that accusation. Moscow denies it, insisting that any Russians serving with the rebels are volunteers. More than 5,400 people have died since the fighting erupted last April. Before we wind up the top stories once again. International Mother Language Day observed widely in different parts of Manipur. That's all for now and keep watching ISTV News Updates.